Here's a tip from your coach. Low closing percentages equate to a misalignment in who you should be presenting to and following up with in the first place. If you don't have the answers to these questions, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to enjoy the certainty and peace of mind that comes from utilizing a formulaic approach to selling. After all, if you define it, then you can refine it. So, if you're ever wondering why you or other salespeople fall into what's known as a sales slump, here's the main cause of that. They aren't honoring their sales process by the numbers, and as such, those who continue to wing it as their overall selling strategy are destined to experience the ups and downs in their performance and in their stress level, as well as the waning sense of satisfaction and confidence that's sure to follow in its wake when this amount of ambiguity and uncertainty is present. Here's one telltale sign that something in your selling formula needs to be developed, modified, or redefined. Here it is. If there are people in your organization, even in your industry or profession, who are currently performing like rock stars, that should provide you with one very critical insight. That is, it can be done because it is currently being done by someone else. So, of course it is going to remain tough out there if you don't have your defined best practices, data points, and numeric formula to help support your selling efforts. After all, it's one thing to up your game and work on developing and refining your selling skills as well as your sales management skills. However, to complement this so that you have a comprehensive solution to better performance, you need to have your finger on the pulse of the numbers that will drive your activities in the first place as you exercise your newfound selling and leadership strategy and newly developed competencies. Use these questions I've posed to help uncover the gaps in your data pool that in turn will help refine your overall approach to how you prospect and sell and the measurable efforts that's required for you to do so successfully. Here's a very clear insight into one example of some general statistical information about the selling profession that will help you begin the process of fine-tuning and developing your own data-driven solution to increasing your sales. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople make only 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Now, get this. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. But 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Now, these numbers may change depending on your selling cycle, geographic location, the dollar amount of your deliverable, target audience, as well as the service or product you're selling. But the essence of the message still remains intact. That is, do you have your own set of data available, which you have used as the cornerstone to constructing your prospecting and selling strategy? If not, it's the same as getting into your car and saying to yourself before embarking on a trip, okay, I need to get to a specific destination, but I'm not exactly sure which direction to travel, nor how long it's going to take me to get there. It's no longer about simply doing more of what you did yesterday, but about doing more of what's right. Your product has changed over the years, and while your selling and management strategy needs to evolve as well, this evolution must be guided by the numeric benchmarks in order to see the full panoramic picture of the truth that surrounds your current situation. This will eliminate the costly oversights I've detailed earlier and ensure your future success. We all need to be reminded of this universal law. We resist what we need to learn the most. And interestingly, while salespeople and sales managers are more inclined to take the reactionary, visceral attitude, let's just get out there and make it happen, we need to pull back the reins before engaging in blind sales activities and instead start with doing what is often perceived as the more mundane, often boring task of benchmarking the right practices and then measuring their effectiveness by the numbers before embarking on these activities. Empirical data will provide the blueprint you need to succeed, as well as the certainty, confidence, and conviction necessary for a healthy sales mind and attitude. After all, the greatest rainmakers realize the importance of checking the weather first so they know where the best locations are to make it rain and have the tools to do so.